viewers and subscribers. You are welcome for another session of Azure Compute and Network Services Part 7. In last session we have discussed virtual machine and its types and how to create virtual machine through command line. Azure Virtual Desktop, what is it? It is another type of VM. It is same as you have your computer hosted on the cloud and also with multi-session, which is very important and good feature for business and corporate level uh, customers. So let's discuss benefits of AVD, Azure Virtual Desktop. Okay, so we must know the benefits and features of AVD, Virtual Desktop. First one is you can access from any location, which is very good option because you don't need to take your machine or laptop with you, and you if you have everything accessible from anywhere, so that's a very good option and good feature provided by Azure Cloud. So second is you can use from any device. Ooh, another good. It mean it works with apps that you can use to access remote desktop or most modern browser as well. So from any device you can also access your AVD. And third one is centralized security management from management perspective and security perspective because you have your VM hosted on cloud and anything implemented and secure, you can centrally manage it. Okay. Azure Virtual Desktop provides centralized security management for users' desktop with Microsoft Intra ID. So you can use this Intra ID for your security purposes. So another benefits multi-factor authentication from security point of view. You can also perform 2FA or any other to secure user sign-ins. You can implement 2FA or any other option like thumb impression or whatever option you like, right? Okay. Next is role-based access controls, right? You can also secure access to data by assigning granular role-based access controls to users. So a very awesome option that you have one computer and different users you have hosted on cloud, and it's a good feature that you can assign different roles to different users with different privileges. Okay. So last is enterprise multi-session, which is very awesome because when you have one machine and multiple session, if you can open, it's also first time Windows providing this option. So only Windows client-based operating system that enables multiple concurrent users on a single VM. Okay, now we have reasons to move to Azure Virtual Desktop. Definitely, we must know the use case or reason why we need to move on Virtual Desktop. So here are few. Let me explain you. One is critical business events. Okay, an organization often adopts Azure Virtual Desktop to mitigate risks that are related to contracts, regulations, compliance, and sovereignty. Okay, so due to these reasons, most of the organization use Azure Virtual Desktop. Okay, second is migration motivations, right? Let's suppose if migration of other assets depends on Azure Virtual Desktop, then an organization tends to focus on reducing costs, complexities, or operational overhead. Okay. Third is innovation motivations. Azure Virtual Desktop is the cloud sports delivery of transformative products and services. So definitely it's a future of cloud computing, and it's a very good option. Another option is reason is infrastructure scale flexibility requirements. Okay, it's mean by using cloud services, an organization can seamlessly scale up and down with the infrastructure as well. Okay, next is choice and flexibility. An organization can choose from many virtual machine families and sizes that are optimized for various compute requirements. So this is another good option, that's because once you have purchased your desktop or laptop, even though any server for this kind of virtualization and segregation and providing RDA using Critex, you can use other option to provide a remote desktop portal. So on cloud, it's a choice and flexibility. You can reduce, you can add, you can increase resources, you can scale your resources from capability point of view, mean adding RAM, adding other performance like processing. So these are good option as well. Last is potential cost savings. Okay, because as we have discussed with previous, when you have things like choice and flexibility, definitely it's also impact on cost and savings, right? So let's next on this we discuss on outcomes. What are the outcome of AVD, right? Okay, guys, virtual desktop outcomes. So another thing we have to consider and understand, what are the outcomes if we move on virtual desktop or we use Azure Virtual Desktop. First one is productivity. Actually, organization want to extend productivity to PCs, phones, tablets, or browsers that might not be under the direct control of IT team. So it's mean any from anywhere, from any device you can start working, you can do what you want on your centralized available VM. So it definitely it will improve productivity. Second is safe access. Employees need access to corporate data and application from their devices. As we have discussed that there are granular role-based model which can be used to allow the users can access through infra ID or any other 2FA authentication implemented on this virtual desktop. Okay, the third is support end users. Our workloads are migrated to the cloud, right? Employees need more support for a low latency, like optimized experience. Azure Virtual Desktop forms a business critical platform for many organizations. The cloud adoption plan for this platform can directly and indirectly affect cloud adoption for all related workloads. That is very awesome. While Azure Virtual Desktop is not typically the first platform that an organization moves to the cloud, it can be the most important. Understanding the strategy of an Azure Virtual Desktop, cloud migration, and the future state innovation targets is critical to the success of all other cloud options plans. So last is empower IT. The IT team wants to transfer the workplace, which often starts with the transforming employees, user experience, and blah blah blah. So you can support realization of these outcomes by virtualization desktop in the cloud for your end users. So let me explain the one more thing, which is Azure Virtual Desktop refactoring and modernization. Okay, so in this diagram you can see that we have client, and second is virtual desktop, and third is Azure VMs and services. Like we can use other options like virtual machines only. In the approach outlined in this image, in this diagram, the existing critics, VMware or remote desktop services forms are modernized and replaced with Azure Virtual Desktop, right? In this scenario, desktop images are either migrated to Azure or new images are generated. Similarly, user profiles are either migrated to Azure or new profile are created. Usually, the client solution is enabled and largely unchanged by this migration effort. When the migration to the cloud is finished, the overhead and cost of the managing a virtual desktop form are replaced with cloud native solution that manages the virtual desktop experience for your team. The team is responsible for only for support of the desktop images, available applications, identity service provider like Active Directory, Microsoft Entra domain service or Microsoft Entra ID, and user profiles as well. You get the benefits of Microsoft managed broker, gateway, diagnostics, and web access services as part of the Azure Virtual Desktop offering. Okay, so we will also be discussing yes, architecture, and you can see in this diagram virtual desktop architecture, like you can see end user can avail multi-factor authentication with confidential conditional access, and you can also see that the first authentication is also going with Active Directory as well. So another part, you have resource group with web sockets, web access. You know that whatever resource we acquire on cloud, we have all those within a resource group. So from administration point of view, you can also have administration also provided by Azure Cloud, and left side you can view the Azure Resource Manager as well. So we have a lot of configurations and also for log analytics on top full right side you can see log analytics, Azure monitoring. These are supporting services as well. So from this diagram you will imagine that, okay, if we need any extra disk space, if we need any some other tool like for log monitor, even though if we need to scale vertically or horizontally, uh, horizontally mean if we need more VMs, uh, or vertically mean if we increase power of current VM like capability. Sorry. So these are within a few minutes can be managed and available, and from on premises or in nowadays traditional environment, traditional era, these are not so easy, and these are very cost effective. So it's a very good example to understand how Azure Virtual Desktop actually works with the on the Azure cloud. So for today, it was only for Azure Virtual Desktop, and I believe this session is very good for you to go through and understand. You can avail maximum information in this session, and tomorrow we will be discussing container. I mean container provided by Azure. In the last, I would like to thank you all of you who have subscribed and available with this channel, are connected, and also providing me valuable feedback. From some viewers, I have received comments that background music is annoying. So I will try to reduce more, and still it is annoying. Please don't forget to update on me. I will remove uh, background music, and please don't forget to subscribe if you have not, and keep watching I will be providing more and more.